Hi there, my name is Scott Duffy from softwarearchitect.ca. I'm very proud to have taught Microsoft Azure and other topics to more than 80,000 students online. In this video, we're going to talk about Microsoft Azure Linux web apps. This is a relatively new thing, so let's go to the portal and create ourselves a web app that runs on top of Linux. Now, normally web apps are Windows, but when we go into here, we're going to say plus sign to create a new resource. You're going to see web app as being the third most popular thing down to getting started. We can also go into the web plus mobile category and choose web app. I'm going to go back to getting started and choose web app. Now, this is the same setting as going through creating a Windows web app, but instead of choosing Windows, we're going to choose Linux. So let's give this a name. I'm going to use my pay-as-you-go subscription. You may have a free plan or a corporate plan or MSDN or Visual Studio, or you work for Microsoft. I'm going to choose my pay-as-you-go plan. The resource group is a way of grouping resources into a single file folder type structure. It makes it very easy to delete all of the resources that we're going to start creating. Especially if you're creating virtual machines, there's something 8 or 10 different resources that get created. But let's put it into a brand new resource group for this for tracking purposes. I've chosen Linux as the operating system. Now I have to create a new service plan because I don't have a service plan for Linux available. So I'm going to say create new, give it a name, AZSG Linux. Choose a location. I tend to choose East US 2. You can choose any one of Microsoft's locations that supports app service environments. And we're going to look at a pricing tier. So we do not have the option of premium and isolated. We have standard and basic as our two options for Linux servers. Okay, pricing is pretty much the same for standard, $90 up to $360. For basic, it's a little bit cheaper. You do not have a free plan or shared plan or anything like that. So hit select. I'm going to use the service plan that we just created. Now this is the really interesting part. I get to choose what runtime that app service is running. So if I've got Node.js applications or PHP applications, Java, .NET Core, or even Ruby, I choose it at this point. And at this point, this is when the app service basically runs PHP, this version of PHP. I'll leave it as the default PHP 7. One of the really cool things about Linux web apps is that you are able to SSH into them. So they do have SSH support. If I do choose my runtime stack as Linux, then I'll be able to SSH into it. So in order to do that, I would have to connect to a particular, there's a web SSH version. So I'm going to click create, and maybe we'll take a look at that. So this takes a minute even to create. It doesn't take very long at all. We'll let that run. So that deployed pretty quickly. I have a standard S1 pricing plan here. Now remember, there's no code here yet. I have an empty web app that is capable of running PHP 7. Let's go look at the SSH option. Actually, they have a link here in these settings. You scroll down under Development Tools, click SSH. It provides me a Go link that will take me to the site that runs SSH in the browser. So I click go, and here I go. I have an SSH browser. I can actually do stuff on the command line in my brand new web app running Linux. That's pretty cool, isn't that?